All right, so here we go. Yes, we got some concerning news today about the First Descendant. How does it potentially affect you? We've got to talk about it. Plus, a very controversial feature that everyone is discussing right now. Should it be added to the game or not? It seems like some players want this. Some players are on the fence about this. And also, Asmongold's take about the microtransactions. This may actually surprise you. We'll dive into that one as well. And a list of quality of life improvements that should be coming to the game. This is after 120 hours of playing. We'll dive into that as well. So yeah, a lot to talk about. We're going to start out with this article, which is discussing a very controversial feature that a lot of players seem to want to be added to the game. So we're going to go straight into this and scroll on down here. It says, spoilers, I'm talking about vote to kick. The First Descendant players have long been yearning for this feature ever since the game launched, poisoned by FKers and trolls, although the demands have gone nowhere since. Yeah, we haven't heard anything official from the dev team yet, but if we scroll through here, you can see all the topics about this, that a lot of people want this, or they have an alternative to this as well. Now it says this right here. There's no doubt that vote to kicks stir up controversy in most gaming spheres. The First Descendant especially so, it seems. There are two different schools of thoughts here, both touching on similar points, but approached from different angles. There are those who want outright vote kicks to be implemented, and there are others who would like to see AFK checks at the very least without as much of a hard vote kick. I think AFK checks, expanding upon that, would be better, of course. There are going to be workarounds or systems that people can implement. And then there's also like things they could do to move their mouse or keyboard on their own. But still, I think there should be some level of checks. But my opinion on this whole AFK scenario is that it happens far and few between, at least for me lately. Currently, it seems like a lot of people want to engage with the gameplay. But when it does happen, I'm like, hey, you can stand there all you want. The more for me, you know, I like a challenge. So, yeah, on that front, I get more of a challenge. But still, there needs to be some level of AFK checks, or that needs to be improved with this game for sure. Because I do get how annoying it can be when you get into absolutely hard levels of difficulty and you want people moving around and playing with you, especially when you're dealing with randoms. All right, so yeah, we got to talk about, of course, yes, Asmongold's take about the First Descendant and its microtransactions. As pointed out here, it says, how do you feel about the microtransactions Descendants? And take a listen to what Asmongold had to say.
I'm going to have a hot take. Get ready to get mad. I don't think there's anything wrong with the First Descendants microtransactions at all. And I think that in terms of on an ethical scale, it is actually quite good. There is never a point where you spend money and you don't know what you're getting. There are never things that are taken away from you. The game is made for free, and most of the things that you can get in the store are available in-game for time spent instead. And even with the different boosts in Kuiper shards or experience or weapon experience or something like that on gold, I think those are the four, all of those things are accessible in-game, and paying for them regularly functions as a subscription to the game, which is something that I would be okay with. So, and it's only a 30% boost. It's not like a 10x or something like that. So that's my honest opinion about it.
I do agree with him on this, but I do also think that there are some price points here that are a bit pricey and perhaps need to be adjusted. However, a lot of this stuff can be obtained through grinding, and you're always chasing really good rewards, especially if you're going to chase after Descendants and the ultimate versions of Descendants. It can definitely be worthwhile. Then again, if you do lay down some money, you know, when it comes to prices of the actual Descendants themselves, it isn't too bad. So let's get into some of the replies here about this one, though. So it says this right here from Jordan. It says, they're fine since everything except costumes can be earned via gameplay. I'm sitting at 9 Descendants obtained purely via gameplay. So it's very possible, yes, you don't have to pay either. I've unlocked 6 Descendants and several weapons so far just by grinding. So how are you guys faring right now with the grind? Are you worn out by it? So far, it seems like players are sticking around. I've seen the player numbers. I think we hit like 170,000 today. That is really, really good, considering that Once Human is also challenging this game right now. I think Once Human has actually surpassed this game in terms of player audience, but it shows that there is a community willing to stay here, even though there's another game out there saying, hey, come over here, join us. You know what I mean? So that is really cool to see. But overall, yeah, so far the microtransactions have been something that I can actually bear currently. I do wish they would handle the paint situation differently. I think we can all agree that that system needs to change completely instead of it being a one-time use item. But yeah, let's keep going here. We got this one right here. Check it out. It says, Nexon, please get rid of having to farm void fragments for void reactors. I'm totally fine with having to grind out outpost missions for 25% drop chance for a pattern. It's also completely okay then to crack that pattern to a void reactor for 6%, 10% drop. But don't pollute the grind by also requiring players to farm out a void fragment mission 3 to 4 times just because you want to elongate the farm. Take a look at this. It requires 35 organic and 10 inorganic shards to start the reactor. The nearby fragment farms drop 11 organic and 4 inorganic shards. And if we keep going, so that means you get enough inorganic shards for 3 runs. That's 12. You're just 2 organic shards short, 34, and you have to run it an additional time. It's already locked behind certain Descendant element requirements, but the fact the fragments needs to be farmed multiple times, a shared resource among players, and you can't start it with weapon element damage instead, is a massive middle finger to the player base. The grind for Ultimate Descendant BPs are long enough, keep void fragments, but make it so it's farm for modules or certain materials. Don't complicate the grind by including a nonsensical farm in between. 1,200 upvotes. So overall, the community really does agree with this sentiment and says, I'd be okay if the void fragment mobs drop stuff at least, but with 0 drops, it's just a time sink. That's the idea. That is one thing about free-to-play games. I will say that is a pain. It's just they really, really try just to keep you in the game no matter what. Now, since Nexon knows what you're typing, what you're viewing, and who you're talking to, this could be a very big concern. So we got to get into this. It says Nexon's anti-cheat Black Cipher is integrated with a keylogger, HTTPS viewer, audio recording, etc., etc. So when you're tabbed out browsing YouTube videos, browsing websites, using Discord, etc., Nexon can see this in-memory form that's attached to your specific profile data. This is one of the things you agreed to in terms of service. This is also what they use to verify that you're cheating or manipulating anything within the game, including the chargeback glitch people are using. With all that being said, it seems this is only used, when you're reported or flagged for suspicious activity. So if you were cheating and got banned, Nexon has everything on you. This can include credit card info, your name, address, conversations with people, etc. Now, does this mean you should stop playing the game? No. However, it's always important to secure your data and not put up with something too invasive like this. If they were hacked, they would have a data breach like no other. Watch out for yourselves. Your data is more important than a game. On a side note, Nexon has been sued in the past for lying about drop rates, so it wouldn't surprise me if they sell data. Yeah, so this is concerning, but, I would say protect yourself when you're playing any game online and have different passwords associated with your games, with your, Steam account, what have you, than what you would have like with your bank account and so on and so forth. So that's one thing you can do to really protect yourself, and that's super important as well. But also, there are some replies here. It says right here, cool beans. That's fine. 90% of my conversation is these nuts. So you can see some people just aren't concerned about it at all. Yeah, it just seems like people are not concerned. Let me know if you are or not. I just say, like, with anything, just, take the precautions with whatever you're using. Because, what was it? AT&T? Everything was, leaked recently from them as well. So, yeah, with every little thing, I guess, I just recommend taking precautions. Also, we have this one right here. It says a list of quality of life after 120 hours of play on PC. So let's take a look at what Us Casual Gamer had to say. So after 120 hours of play, I have compiled a list of quality of life improvements. Okay. So it says this: collect all from mailbox. It would be great to see a collect all button added to save going through clicking every single damn low level item gathered in my mailbox. Couldn't agree more with that. Now, better loot filters when disassembling, adding a filter option to disassemble items outside of the parameters would be great. Number 3, hotkey for access info tab. So much time going back and forth from menus to try and figure out where to go for different items, and queue up for ops from map. Not 100% sure on this one. Community input would be great to hear, but when farming solo, I would like the ability to reset missions halfway through by queuing for ops once resources drop. And then display season objectives on hub. Currently, if you track challenges on the battle pass, it only displays on the escape menu. Having this on the quest log tracker would be good to see. Cross out number 6 for some reason. And then number 7, HUD ping system would be handy if we had a ping system in the game to point out things to party. I've heard of this one before. Also, inspect other players. Being able to inspect other players' loadouts would be great in my opinion. This may be debated due to min-maxers flaming others for not having optimal builds, but I would enjoy checking out player builds if they are carrying me. That would be really cool to see what they're utilizing, even like go in depth with all the stats and every little detail to see like, man, how can I improve my build? I actually like that one for sure. Then also we have this one. You should not be able to get more than one of the same Descendant part because unlike weapons, you can only build them one time. You should be able to sell all but one for materials or gold. I feel like there should be a dismantle or sell all extra Descendant parts, just like how you can sell duplicate parts for Kuiper shards or something. Just a thought, not a complaint. So if you open up an M4's material, if there are Descendant parts you own inside, the drop chance for the other items increase since that piece is no longer available to you type crap. But I don't know, just thinking out loud, let me know what you all think. 240 upvotes, so a lot of people agree with this. Top comment is this would be a nice idea. Was thinking the same when I've gotten dupes of Descendant parts. Apparently a trading system is coming later in the game, so maybe there isn't a sell scrap feature because that's coming. That could be the reason why. Of course, that is very much in development right now for sure. And you know what? What's the point of the shop? You know, I saw this question, and really, isn't that how it is in a lot of looter shooters anyway? They want you out in the world collecting gear for the most part. I can't think of many looter shooters that want you just like in the shop and that's it. But I could be wrong. Sound off if you think the shop should be far more important or not. All right, so let's go over your top comments from my most recent video. Leave a comment down below. Could end up right here in a future video. Let's do this. So the top comment is, you're under a blanket, are you? This made me laugh. No, I was in a professional sound booth when I was making that video. What in the world are you talking about? So yeah, I am actually back from California, from Blizzard HQ. They flew me out for, you know, playing the Spiritborn class coming to Diablo 4. More on that soon. Stay tuned. But yeah, some cool stuff coming about that one. But yeah, now we're back to my normal audio quality. So you can all have a sigh of relief. Now it says, who needs an aimbot when this damn auto track has a gravitational pull of the moon? Exactly. This is as an Ajax main, I'm perfectly happy with a bunny or bunnies in my group. When doing the incursions, I'll be happy to pick them up around the 3rd round or after when they are in the down but not out status, and then it's my time to play. We work and play together as a team. You go do your own thing, and then I'll do mine when ... You need me in the end. We all succeed. That's what it's all about. I currently have 6 different heroes leveled to 40, and I enjoy the different roleplay of each type of character. I'm enjoying that as well. I've been playing as Sharon, and I really do like the cloaking ability, being able to like get out of a sticky situation and get behind the enemies and then unleash my powers. I really have been enjoying the hell out of playing as Sharon lately. Also, we have this one right here. IGN not only gives terrible Let's Play videos, but the writers still can't manage to write anything decent. I take it a lot of you guys actually disagreed with the IGN review of the First Descendant. If you missed that, they gave it a 5 out of 10. In fact, we have this one right here. Once again, more reason to never take IGN seriously and never forget too much water. Wow, that really does bring back memories. I forgot about that one. Anyway, all right, so there it is. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more The First Descendant. I was going to say The Last Descendant. I always have this habit of wanting to say The Last Descendant. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.